You may remember a few weeks ago we reviewed Topspin 4. Well, now we're going to have a look at its rival, Virtua Tennis 4.
Virtua Tennis 4 has all the game modes you'd expect from a modern sports game. There's an arcade mode, exhibition mode for single matches, a career mode and multiplayer, but it's far more of an arcade game than a sports sim.
40-15.
Yeah, sports sims try to emulate the real-life game as much as possible, but when a game has arcade-like gameplay, it means they've tried to put some more playful things into it, just to make it more fun, like the trail on a ball, which makes it look like a comet.
Aside from some graphical upgrades, this game plays almost exactly like the original arcade game from 1999. It's fun, but there just isn't the level of control that you'd expect from a current generation game. It is a game that's very easy to just pick up and play, though, I thought. You can suss out the controls and be hitting balls around in no time. The mechanics are all based around positioning and timing. The basic shot types, top spin, lob and slice are mapped into the face keys. Smashes, volleys and drop shots all depend on positioning. Move close to the net and you'll volley, get under a ball and you'll smash it.
Love 30.
It's definitely easy to play, but I think that's the problem I have with it. You just don't get that level of finesse that makes a great tennis game great. Also, I wasn't a fan of the emphasis on mini-games.
No, I liked them. I thought there was good variety, from bowling to trying to make poker hands, to lobbing a bomb back and forth to try and blow up the other player. I really didn't like the footwork games though, like collecting chickens or coins, although I do think it's a more interesting way of training up your skills rather than just practicing the same shot over and over again.
What do you think of the skill shot mechanic?
Well, I thought it was good. I thought it added a tactical layer to the game. Each player has a signature style, like heavy hitter or all-rounder. If you play to that style, like smashing balls from behind the baseline as a heavy hitter, you charge a focus meter. When it's fully charged, you can unleash a powerful focus hit that's more difficult for your opponent to return.
I actually didn't like the system very much. I thought it was unbalanced and just not particularly fun. Some styles are easy to charge, but others are only charged with serves or very specific shots, so it puts those players at a disadvantage.
Of course you don't like it, Barjo. It's a skill shot system, not a noob shot system.
I liked the actual tennis, but I really didn't like the way the career mode worked. It's kind of like a board game. Each turn you get a movement card that allows you to move a set number of spaces. You have to try and land on one of the minigame spaces to improve your skills and tournament icons to raise your star level.
Yeah, I think the board game movement is just too random. There is an element of strategy involved with using the right movement card at the right time, but whether or not you get enough stars to compete in the big event at the end of the season and have enough skill to win just comes down to luck.
I didn't mind the movement all that much, but I am offended that once again the character creation doesn't cater to the needs of robotic Australians. There are a lot of options for creating humans. You've got a slider for eyebrow height, but what about my sliders for wheel size or aerial length? I can't play as myself. I have to play as a small bald man.
Well, one thing I think we can all agree on was that the soundtrack was terrible. I mean, the music that plays during the game was average at best, but that song that plays over the titles was quite possibly one of the worst I've ever heard.
I wanna be there following your speed. Your sincerity to feel the need.
Ugh.
Virtua Tennis 4 supports the PlayStation Move, sort of. You can only play basic exhibition matches or 2 minigames with the move, and even then you're limited to just swinging the racket.
It's really basic stuff, kind of like Wii Sports Tennis. The game moves your player for you, so all you have to do is just swing at the ball, and it really feels like a token effort rather than a real game mode. Also, our copy of the game came with these. They look great, but there's a little problem with them.
A little problem is a serious understatement, Hex. With the rackets attached, the PS3 couldn't detect the Move controllers. So we got this.
The multiplayer and online modes are pretty simple, just exhibition matches and mini-games, but they do make a nice change of pace from the AI, which, let's face it, can be pretty stupid at times. So, final thoughts, Barjo?
I think it's too simplistic, and the career mode is just too random, and I found that frustrating. I used to love Virtua Tennis, but here I think by making it simple, they've lost some of the magic, so I'm giving it 5.5 out of 10 rubber chickens.
Well, I think that's a bit harsh. I mean, I agree it's pretty simplistic, but I like that approach and I had fun with it, so I'm going to give it 7.5 out of 10 rubber chickens.
Oh, Barjo,
Hex, it's time to review Grand Slam Tennis 2. I'm so excited. I saw you guys won the ABC3 Tennis Smackdown. That was wonderful. I'm sure you've improved tremendously since we played last time.
Yeah, about that, Darren. You see, when we played at the Smackdown, well, we had these magical tennis
Hey,
rackets.
Darren, I've got a great idea. Why don't you go get the court ready and we'll meet you there? I haven't even ironed my tennis shorts yet, and that takes ages.
All right, excellent idea. Off I go. Tennis.
I don't want to go.
Isn't it supposed to rain this afternoon?
Yeah, it's going to pour down. I've got a great idea. I know someone we can send in our place. Yeah, we should send Goose.
Oh!
Yeah.
It's another rainy day. Marjo and Hex will never want to play tennis in this weather.
Cheer up, Darren.
Oh, Goose. What are you doing in your tennis gear?
Well, look, I know it is raining, but the ABC has a ping pong table and I thought we could have a bit of a match.
And we could review Grand Slam Tennis 2 while we're at it.
Let's do it.
Affirmative. Oh, happy.
All right, Darren, you sure you're ready for this?
Affirmative. Good shot, Goose. Well, Grand Slam Tennis 2 is quite a departure from the original Grand Slam Tennis, which was made exclusively for the Wii. This time, EA has gone for more of a sim experience.
Yeah, the graphics are really slick. All the player models look like they're real-life versions, and the stadiums are really accurate too. Okay, 15 all.
There are 3 courts included from each of the 4 Grand Slams. It's nice to be able to play on some of the outside courts in the Australian or the French Open, but in total the game only has 16 courts. Topspin 4 has more than double that.
Yeah, Darren, there's not enough variety, and even the green grass of Wimbledon eventually gets stale. The player roster's pretty good. There's all the modern-day stars like Roger Federer to some of the older legends like Boris Becker.
According to my calculations, the game still has a very limited roster compared to other sports titles like NBA 2K and FIFA.
But the game does have the Share a Pro function, which means you can create your own player or download others to fill out your roster, which makes it a little better.
The devs have introduced a new control system for the game. Instead of mashing buttons to swing the racket, you can now hit your forehands, backhands and volleys by a flick of the right stick. It sounds great until you play with it.
Yes! Look, Darren, maybe spawnlings with opposable thumbs might enjoy the right thumbstick control a bit more. I really enjoyed using it when I was serving, and I found it gave more of a tennis-y feel. Yeah, it's not perfect. I think the best way to play is with a combination of both the thumbstick and the buttons as well.
You can also play the game with the Move controller. Although it's not as accurate, I found it much more fun and enjoyable. However, one big problem was that there's no fatigue meter, and rallies can go on forever.
Of course, they have to do it for hours on end. It's an incredible amount of endurance, speed and agility.
Darren, I think I was more tired than my player after one of those really long rallies.
Indeed, Goose. The animations also cheat the players across the court. If you're not close enough to the ball when you swing, the game will skip your player to the ball instantaneously. But worst of all is the frustrating commentary by John McEnroe and Pat Cash. It's repetitive and, at times, irrelevant.
Oh, yes. Great court coverage. Cover the net like a blanket.
Yeah, but I'm actually going to give the game points for including commentary when most other games just choose to skip it. I just hope in the future the devs can make it a little less annoying for any future titles. But one of the modes I did really love was the Grand Slam Classics. It's a bit like the Legends mode in NBA 2K12. The game takes you to an important match in the past and you have to fulfill the goals. It's a great way to learn about tennis history and rewrite it if you're a fan. Again, the presentation here is fantastic. Older matches have that retro broadcast quality, and it's definitely a plus for the game. Okay, back to it.
Affirmative. My turn to serve. I found the career mode to be atrocious. The devs really dropped the ball on the difficulty. I was able to win the Grand Slams in my first year of playing, but once I reached my 4th year, the difficulty was increased to Superstar. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I agree. On the whole, the difficulty sliders were weird. On the lower levels, all you have to do is rush the net to win, and on the higher levels, the AI rushes the net against you, and no matter how hard you try, you can't lob or pass them. It feels a bit cheap. Darren, I wasn't ready.
I wonder if the developers have even watched tennis lately. It's not very realistic when a player like Novak Djokovic consistently rushes the net.
Good game, Darren.
Affirmative. So, final thoughts?
Well, I think the best thing about this game is actually playing with your friends or online. It's way more of a challenge, and it's so much more fun than playing against the derpy AI. I'm giving it 7 rubber chickens.
I feel that Grand Slam Tennis 2 takes many steps in the right direction for tennis games. Alas, it has too many issues to be truly enjoyable, so 6 from me.